Welcome back, HMC, to our second horizontal push-pull workout. For this workout, we're going to need some dumbbells and some bands, so have those ready at the side. If you only have one, that's totally fine. We can do some modifications as well. This workout will be done completely standing. So if you're having a tricky balance day, if you're feeling unsteady, and you have a sore lower body, you're welcome to join me seated. All I'll ask of you is that we're sitting forward on our chair, chests are proud, nice good posture, bracing with those bellies, hugging baby up and in. Now that we've got that out of the way, grab that water, keep it nearby, and let's warm up. Reaching up and above our heads, lacing those fingers together. Stepping out, let's stretch out that chest with Warrior 2. Dropping those shoulders down away from those ears, feeling that tension in our traps melt away. Inhale back to center, reaching on up again. Exhale to the other side, Warrior 2. Bring yourselves back to center. Let's bring those hands up to the top, dropping them into some arm circles. Waking up that shoulder joint, that ball and socket joint. All right, hands come out nice and wide. Stretching out that chest. If you'd like, you can lace those hands behind your back. Perfect. Just to really deepen that back stretch, I want you to grab your right wrist in your left hand, reaching up and over. Back down, other side, left wrist in your right hand, reaching up and over. Perfect, dropping it down, stretching forward. Let's go ahead, placing that right heel behind us. Really straight back leg, stretching out that calf, hips, flexors. Inhale back to center, switching sides. Awesome, bring yourselves to center. Let's go ahead, getting right into it with our first movement. Grabbing those bands. We'll be familiar with these from our whole body deload and our push-pull last week. Tucking it right in underneath those armpits. We're going to start with some banded flies. So soft bend in those elbows, knuckles to the corners of our ceiling and our wall. Hugging ourselves forward. Hugging baby up and in, making sure we're not arching that back. We're going to do a banded fly for 10 to 12. And once we've hit that 12 reps, making sure that we're taking that rest 30 seconds. You can do an active rest, walk around your space. You can grab some water. 2 and 1. Take that 30-second active rest. Reset those shoulders. Check up on your grip. Check up on how much resistance you were using. Did that feel too easy? Should we choke up on that band? Was it too hard? Should we give ourselves a little bit more slack? Perfect. Back up and over. Tucking it in under those armpits. Soft bend in those elbows. Knuckles to our crown molding. Give yourself a great big hug. Banded flies. Really feeling that squeeze in our pectoral muscles. Dropping those shoulders back and down. 2 and 1. 30-second rest. Reward yourself with that. Grab that water. Check in on the form. Perfect. All right, back to starting. Tucking those bands. One more time. Like that cymbal monkey toy. Chest flies. Really bringing those knuckles in together. Squeezing with all our might at the top of the movement. 2 and 1. Take that 1 minute rest between sets while I introduce the new movement. We're going to do some dumbbell reverse flies just to introduce you to a new form of the movement. So grabbing onto those dumbbells. If not, we're just going to do a banded reverse fly like we did last time. We're going to go ahead, pitch ourselves forward about 60 degrees. And we're going to bring the shoulders back and down. And we're going to bring those knuckles, just like with the band, behind us. Like we're driving our pinkies to touch the wall behind us. And that is 1 rep when we've come in front of our chest to pinkies behind us with a soft bend in those elbows. So let's rep it out for 12 reps. Really resisting on our way down. And that's the first variable that we're going to start modifying. If you find something a little too easy, add a couple more reps and play around with your time under tension. Take your time at the top, drop it down a little bit slower. 2 and 1, drop it down, shake it out. I like to do a little bit of a power stance, stepping forward with our leg, but we just have to make sure we alternate what leg we're stepping forward with between sets. So setting ourselves back up, shoulder blades are back and down, hugging baby up and in, and we're going to be looking on the floor about 6 feet in front of us. Let's bring those pinkies to the wall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We should feel that in the very back of our shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Quick little 30-second rest here. Let's go ahead one more time, switching back to our opposite leg. And one last time with me, HMC. Pinkies to the wall. Shoulder blades are back and down. Looking on the floor about 6 feet in front of us. Hugging baby up and in. 2 and 1. Drop it down, shake it out. While you grab some water, I'm going to introduce the next movement. We're going to go ahead and bring our elbows up to just about shoulder height, and we're going to do an alternating chest press. So similar to our chest press movement we did last time, but this time we're going to do alternating, one arm at a time so we can really focus, like we're punching through our screens. So soft bend in those knees, feet are slightly wider than shoulder width apart, hugging baby up and in, nice neutral spine, elbows up, alternating chest press. Really focusing on that breath. We're going to do 10 each side, so 20 total. Really focusing on that form. This should be tricky. This should be hard. If you're doing this with bands, same thing. Just tuck that band right underneath those armpits. And 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, shake it out. This should feel tricky. You should feel a little bit of a burn in that anterior deltoid and in those pectoral muscles. Grabbing that water, bring ourselves back up. And let's do it alternating chest press. Making sure that we're providing that stability that we need from that deep core. Punching forward. Bringing ourselves back to start in a controlled manner. Halfway there, we've got 5 more on each side. 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. We've got one more set of these. Shaking it out. Let's check in on our grip while I've got a captive audience while we take our active rest. We're grabbing onto this dumbbell as tight as we can. Like we're holding onto every single grocery bag we have and we live on the 4th floor and we're not taking a second trip. Holding onto those dumbbells for dear life, engaging those forearms. All right, let's hug baby up and in. Shoulders back and down, elbows up. Alternating chest press. Almost there. Really focusing on our form, resisting on the way down. 3, 2, and 1. HMC, drop those weights down. Take your 1-minute rest. I'll introduce our next movement. We're going to do some bent over rows. So similar to our deadlift to bent over rows that we've done, we're going to pitch forward 45 degrees. This is the same if we're using dumbbells or a band, and if we're seated or standing. Nice squared off feet. Nice soft bend in the knees. We're going to do those shoulder blades back and down. And same thing, we're looking about 6 feet on the ground in front of us, tucking that chin. And like we're starting 2 lawnmowers, we're going to squeeze those lats, bend at the elbows, back up, and that's 1 rep. All the way down, all the way up. Really hugging baby up and in. Using that core to engage stability in the presence of instability here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up straight, shake it out, grab that water. Once again, let's check in on that grip. We're holding on to these dumbbells, these bands for dear life. Engaging those forearms. And if you have a tricky time engaging those lats when we're rowing, you're feeling it in your traps or you're feeling it in your biceps, cue yourself to do pinkies in. So that we're almost doing a J with both hands. Show your screen, your forearm a little bit more. That might help you engage those lats a little bit more. So let's pitch it forward, looking 6 feet in front, and row it out together. Holding on to those dumbbells for dear life. 2, 1. Last one. We've got one more set of these, and we've got our final movement, which I'm really excited about. We're introducing a new movement today. All right, let's go ahead, pitching forward. Row it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, start that lawnmower, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up nice and straight, shake it out, grab that water. And the movement I'm going to introduce to you here, we're going to do kind of a modified plate press using a dumbbell. So I want you to take those palms, we're holding on to one dumbbell, and using kind of our thumbs to create a check mark here, we're going to hold it between both palms, dropping those shoulders away, hugging baby up and in, soft bend in those knees. We're going to press forward, almost the hands in almost like a prayer position, and press with that. And you'll feel that this hits a different angle of the pectoral muscles, of those chest muscles. 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Really moving with intention here. We're really not just kind of doing it for the sake of doing it. We're here, we're giving our all, moving against that resistance of the weight and bringing it back in a controlled manner. Gravity never takes over. All right, bring yourselves back up, shoulder blades back and down, pressing forward, plate press. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, almost there. 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Take a 30-second rest, grab that water, walk around your space, reset those shoulders. We've got one more set in this whole workout. We're so close. So bring yourself back up, hands to prayer position, tucking in that dumbbell, pushing forward, plate press. All the way out, all the way in. Really moving in a controlled manner here. 4, 3, soft bend in the knees. 2, and 1. Drop those weights down. HMC, you've earned it. We're actually going to use our bands for part of our cool down. So I just want you to hold them in your left hand for now. All right, so I want you to grab those bands. We're going to use them for part of our cool down here. So once you've got those in your hands, I want you to take a great big inhale here, reaching right on up. Palms to the ceiling. Exhale, drop it down. One more time, great big inhale, reaching up. palms to the ceiling. Exhale, drop it down. Let's take that band now. We're going to hold it, honestly, whatever resistance is comfortable for you. And we're going to take this band, and 5 times we're going to bring it up and over, letting those hands fall apart, coming in behind us and back over. I love this stretch. It feels so great to mobilize those shoulders and that natural opening of the chest as our hands fall apart as it comes back over. And one more time, last one. And back over. Perfect. Setting that band aside now. Thank you for your service, band. Let's go ahead, reaching across our bodies, stretching that posterior deltoid for 3 minutes here, for 3 breaths here. Dropping it down, switching sides. Perfect. Just in case our traps took over too much, left ear to left shoulder. Dropping it down, nose to the floor. Bring ourselves back up, right ear to right shoulder. Nose to the floor. Bring ourselves back up. Let's go ahead, because we've stretched and worked those forearms so much. We had such an emphasis on grip strength. I want you to take your hand, palm to the ceiling, flex that wrist, and just use your fingers to boost the stretch a little bit. Switching sides. And there you have it. Thank you so much, Mama. This has been our horizontal push-pull workout for today. Make sure to grab that water and thank your body for all the hard work it does for us today and always. We'll see you next time.